In the previous tutorial, we stopped after we made this visual A/B test, and we have the results here. So I really hope that it was quite clear what exactly we did. We have now percentages of the total males that left the company, so those are the orange, and the percentages of total females that left the company, 25%, also in orange. And so now just comparing them visually, you can say that females are more likely to leave the company than males, all other things held equal. However, do bear in mind that once again, this is not a full-fledged statistical A/B test. We didn't check for statistical significance, but it does give you some insights into the data. So today what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to work with aliases. But before we proceed, let's quickly fix up the format of this tab. So we're just going to right-click somewhere not on the data, and we'll click Format, and we'll change this to 12, so it's 12 overall. Now, the beauty of using Tableau for data mining rather than visualization is that you don't have to always make things look great, because you're not going to be presenting every single chart that you're creating. For instance, I'm not going to change this header over here. Like if I was going to put in a report, I would change it. But in this case, it's just for our sake, so I'm not going to rename the y-axis over here. So now what I want to do is I want to rename the sheet. So here we'll call it gender. And now working with aliases. So here you can see that we've got exited 0 and 1, meaning 0 is people who didn't exit, and 1 is orange, people who did exit. Now, even for our sake, let alone when we put this into our, if we decide to put this specific chart into a report, this is a bit, it's not that obvious. So why is it a 1? Why is it 0? People don't think in binary terms. People think in words. So how about we change these and give them some aliases? So one way is to create a calculated field. Another way is to actually change your dimension or your column. You're not changing in the data set, we want to change it in Tableau, because we know that for every single chart we create, we want this to actually say words rather than numbers. We're never going to use the numbers, we're never going to add them up or do anything with them. So we're going to right click this exited column, and we'll go to aliases over here. And so now in aliases, you can specify what alias to use for certain values. So let's say if our value is 0, then we want to say stayed, right? That person stayed. And the value is 1, we want to say that that person exited. Okay. And so right away you can see that the values changed over here in the color legend. And they're going to be like that throughout every worksheet that we create, so it's going to be much more convenient for us. And now, because we have these aliases, we can even drag the this column onto our label as well. So here you can see it's much better now. People don't have to look at the color legend to understand which people stayed, which people exited. So you can do it either way. If you feel that this is sufficient for you, then go ahead with that. If you want to present and perhaps you want to make it more clear what exactly is going on, then I would put the exited in here. Of course, you have to make sure that it fits, and we'll see that. We'll talk about that later when we're creating more of these. So that's how you work with aliases. Hope that was useful, and hope you do find ways to use aliases in your work. They can really make life easier and make your presentations more legible. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy analyzing.